StarCraft, the world champion was none other than our fearless leader, Wayne. How about that?
Give me some added credibility, hopefully.
I mean, that's a game, honestly, that a lot of talent got thrown at. Being the world champion in StarCraft was, you know, that's no laughing matter.
Not at all, Ali. Millions of people are playing these games worldwide. So to win, to lay claim to something like that, being the first world champion is incredibly impressive.
And Yassuo looking to be the first player to collect the 7 Deuce bounty, which I believe is in place right now, even though it doesn't have to be for Yassuo to decide to have a little fun with a hand such as this. Lynn, ace queen, too much to let go pre-flop, and now an ace on the board. It's going to be tough to get her off at post-flop.
Oh, you're a good casino.
Mind you,
Sometimes
she's got a whole lot of her chips
Sometimes you have to give action.
Yeah.
currently resting in front of Yassuo, courtesy of the backdoor hearts when Lynn check-raised flop and then sailed off on turn and river,
Last 40 minutes,
taking
7 a.m.
what should have been a fruitful line against what was just a pair of 5s prior to the river. Instead,
Big pots in a row. All of a sudden,
she's looking for a pound of flesh here. Check calls 2,000 from Yassuo. Now the turn is a king. I like this check back from him.
But it was like personal between.
Trip aces on the river for Lynn.
Wanted you to die.
He wanted me to die. I mean, it's not nice.
Wait, really?
I mean, nobody to die. To die in the game.
Die on the table. Very aggressive.
Yeah, he wanted to take my chips, not like my life.
No, not,
Okay, yeah, that's better.
Yeah, yeah.
Hopefully.
But it was like crazy mad back and forth. I mean, they would turn over bluffs. It was,
Lynn checks and successfully induces the big barrel out of Yassuo. The only real cards she would have to worry about would be things like the Jack, Jack, King, King, Ace, King, Ace, Jack. She blocks, of course, the Ace-X combos. Queen 10 would have been heard from on the turn in all likelihood, and she blocks that hand anyway. So the 7 Deuce gets sniffed out as Yassuo gave it all he had, and this is going to put Lynn back in the black on the session, and vindication.
I would have
Seb.
Really nicely played. Turning his hand who was turning his hand into a bluff. Really nicely done by Elke there. Veteran move to get Yassuo off the better pair of 7s.
Well, whenever you want the 7-2 bounty off, you let us know, man.
I didn't have 7-2.
Oh, you didn't?
I had 7-6.
Oh, okay. I missaw it. I thought you were playing for that.
How much caffeine is in one of those patches?
Wait, you didn't have 7 Deuce?
Bluff and re-bluff.
It's 1,000.
That was wild.
Because it's inside the skin.
we raised to 1,000. Okay, had hands.
Not as much as you need, bro.
Yeah, we've been...
Yeah, sorry, 2 calls. No one?
I get you some. Yeah, sure.
A lot of the times, Ali, these are things that can happen in these sort of deeper cash games where players are able to reload. It's not like a tournament like we had yesterday where you're done after you're eliminated. You can start seeing a little bit more of these creative plays. So I love to see that from Elke, and good effort by Yassuo as well.
I used to put it on.
Lynn with pocket queens, a 3-better.
Oh, yeah.
Yassuo hanging in there, hunting a 5. King 3 Deuce board. Second pair effective.
It's a snow.
Have this one too. You know this.
Could work his way into a straight as well. Checks and faces another barrel.
Oh, this is
So,
like.
okay, how did you get through the hat custom?
This is crazy.
I mean, this is just a regular thing.
Do you want to spell that?
Yeah. It's just like this. You know, it's like. Okay.
So this is the science fiction version of the other one?
This is like the customized version.
Yeah.
It's like.
Okay, I thought I was getting one of these.
Yassuo wants to peel.
Yeah.
I get you one of these next time.
Yeah.
Picks up the baby flush draw, but clubs are covered by Lynn.
Yes.
And for those of you that didn't catch it, his coffee had 4 shots of espresso in it.
But that was like.
Expect her to check this back, yes, and she does. Now both players make the flush.
That was just like a top up to make sure I'm stay awake.
Let's see.
Ooh, buddy.
Second nut flush here for Lynn.
9 3 of spades.
Yassuo checking it over.
2 blind raise. 2 spade and the first row and a straight.
Value is available to Lynn, especially against an opponent like Yassuo.
The river was so delicious. Right?
She's betting 3,000.
Yes.
I'm like, oh, dude, I missed. 3,000.
And it's payday.
Oh, wow.
Damn.
Clean off that.
Really nice hand there from Lynn. I do like her sizing there on the river, going a little bit on the bigger side, especially against an opponent like Yassuo, who I don't fault.
gating
Yeah.
wreck-heavy fields
Really?
against opponents, you know, who have varying degrees of experience, varying degrees of wherewithal. And
that got in the way of me putting.
we're looking at Phil Locke, who's a real veteran and a legend of the game.
I mean, even
World
though
Series of
it's
Poker
probably
bracelet
wrong,
winner.
Is it wrong to call the 6?
Buried
Gonna.
17,000.
I have to see the flop.
You know,
Now I
as
can't 20.
far and away the most experienced no limit hold'em player
Room for 6 more.
by a mile. I would imagine more experienced than the field combined.
I know the computers like folding that. They don't even want
Small sample, but
with that.
you know,
Definitely.
food for thought.
He's a total veteran of these types of games, and the fact that he, you know, has been put in some tough spots tonight and is currently down on the game just shows you how difficult it can be to navigate some of this unpredictability
You can stack it
by some of these lesser-known players
It's just one hand.
who may be doing some unconventional plays.
Don't give a reaction when I flop the stone nuts. You know, just be out cool and.
Queen out there, along with a 4 and a 3. Botez with a piece.
I guess.
Second pair, backdoor spades.
Open queen 3.
Sean's got it by the throat for the time being.
I did not have queen 3.
I did not.
Always had the best of it, continues to, and here he is firing.
Alex surely going to peel here with the second pair and the backdoor flush draw and backdoor straight draw.
You have the knife of power.
She just needs to hope for no ace on the
You
turn.
might not be.
Only if it sparks your interest.
Yeah. You know.
Phil would never want to influence you.
I wouldn't want to influence you.
No, I
Yeah, I'm always interested. I'm interested in everything. I think
It is weird. Sometimes like a $400 pot would give me more.
To the turn we head,
Curiosity more.
and wouldn't you know it, it's a turn that's going to keep Botez involved. Nut flush draw acquisition.
Because, you know, there's the hand going on.
yeah.
I'd like to see Sean go big here on this draw-heavy board as the pre-flop aggressor.
Yeah, charge a price, and 5K is what he's come up with. For Botez, she is covered by Sean. Not looking for the time being to play some disproportionately big pot, but not really being given a choice, courtesy of this turn sizing, which is over half pot.
When I had 10s, what did he have? 8, deuce, deuce, jack. I haven't told you.
I park you in Botez's seat. What are you doing here with 20K back, Sebastian? It's a mandatory call?
Yeah, exclusively flatting here, Ali. I don't think raising accomplishes much other than getting in against a better holding.
And folding is giving up too much equity.
I think so.
Pot laying are just shy of 3 to 1.
In some situations, Ali, keep in mind, of course, she could be ahead here with the pair of 4s. Obviously not the case this time.
Yeah, it could be a big diamond draw. Maybe even one that has picked up a straight draw as well that would leave it firing again.
Notice how she is taking a lot of time here for kind of the first time this evening.
Yeah.
And a hush fell over the table.
I think specifically she's considering, if I call this 5, I'll be left with 15 back. The pot will have 20 in it. What happens if I'm unimproved? Am I ever going to get a cheap showdown here?
Is that your hair's natural color? Okay.
I have to dye it.
Okay.
I've been dyeing it for 20 years. I'm kind of sick of it.
How often do you go?
Once a month. But sometimes, this like a few days ago, so it's good. But
Yeah, I was gonna say it
towards the end of the
looks.
month is not good.
Okay.
Again.
First real tank
Dumb, 'cause,
that I
the
feel
hair
like we've
drawer
seen
does not.
that had this much weight on it.
Do it all the time, but
Yeah.
Yeah, and at this point, after she's taken so much time, Ali, it's likely clear to the
you got
table
other
that
colors in your hair,
it's
or just
a legitimately difficult decision for her. So using that information, Sean can also start narrowing her range a little bit too.
Well, if you're Sean out there, to what range are you narrowing Botez now? As
You want to.
she continues the tank.
When I'm not with
I would say a hand perhaps like she has, whether it be a spade draw or a diamond draw,
event, I should look like
or some type of weaker queen perhaps. At this point, if I was Sean, I'd feel fairly confident, if he didn't already, with his extremely strong hand, that he's in the lead.
I'm thinking, sorry, I'm so sorry.
Take your time, it's fine. Big hand.
If anybody was interested in seeing Sean's head explode, an all-in declaration from Botez here would probably lend to that. It would be so deeply unanticipated.
It would have been sick, but she does make the play that we sort of expected here, Ali, choosing to call a huge river card coming up here. And what is a $20,000 pot?
You choose.
Continues.
And that river card is disappointingly black, but not a spade, as Botez is left with just one pair of fours. That said, it is an overcard to the queen. Did Sean just announce all in? Yes, he did. A bit risky business.
Can you please knife?
Okay.
Botez could very well have had some king-high spade combos there.
Sure. Or a jack 10, perhaps, of maybe diamonds specifically.
Yeah.
No diamond
Take this too.
No.
on the river.
Nice hand, Sean. It's been a while since you won a big one. You pretty much give people money until that ends.
Costly pursuits on the turn for Botez as five.
Oh God, that would stress me out so
It's
much.
a big hand that she'd want to know about later.
That's a core memory, though.
Just 100?
100 is all, yes, sir. 2 raises 300.
Ask and then
4 fours, 5 fours,
Jack 9 suited.
6 fours.
Yassuo makes it 300. Anatoly, queen 6 suited, wants to play pots with Yassuo, I think, but careful what you wish for. Phil Locke, by the way, slow playing the ace queen out of the straddle, failing to improve on the king 7 deuce board. That is a plight that is bestowed upon all holdings here. Yassuo, though, with the betting lead and the aggressive DNA.
7 fours.
Fires 200. Anatoly in position here, sniffing out a bit of a smaller C-bet and turns a diamond draw.
2 bets.
But Yasuo's pair of 9s are now best.
You're rich. You're a rich guy.
Nothing.
No, you're a rich guy, I can tell.
400 ahead to the river, which does give Anatoly that flush. Normally, it's Yasuo who's spoiling people's outings with these backdoors, but this time, Anatoly with the opportunity as he faces
You actively
one
like
more
think
barrel,
about
and I'm not sure how I feel about
arrange
this
like
third
that.
and final installment out of Yasuo, not just because of the prospects of diamond combos maybe peeling and getting there, more so because there's a king
there's like 2 and there's
on that board,
Yeah, okay.
Or like,
you know.
Yeah, Ali, I'm not sure what this bet
Like-
is really accomplishing a lot of the time from Yasuo. He has a hand that it would typically prefer to just show down. I mean, I don't think he's really targeting a 7 with this type of sizing.
Pure pressure.
okay.
A little bit of...
And Anatoly is punishing him here with the raise.
Call.
Call 3.
Wow, and he
300, C2.
sounds like he's paid it off here.
Sure has.
And Anatoly's patience, despite getting run over early in the game, is paying dividends here in the last hour as he's finally had some pots go his way, which I think he's genuinely deserved.
16.
And his flat there with the queen 6 of diamonds in position after Yasuo's open.